Alright, welcome back to another Rant Rant. This one's gonna be a tad bit more serious than my other rants. Because again, this is something that personally inflicted upon me. I mean, granted, it's all pretty much personally inflicted me, except for a couple here and there. But this one was like an injury and an accident that happened to me. Not just some story I'm upset about at work. I don't care. Actually, I do. I love you. But no, I want to talk to this guy. But as you, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a different floor. This is floor 81's boss fight. I did say floor 80s, you know, but I forgot to plug in my headset. So I recorded a 49-minute video. It was 39. It was 39 minutes. It was a 39-minute video, and in the end, I saw that my headset wasn't plugged in. I was like, no, I gotta have to redo the whole thing. And here we are a day later. So yeah, this happened a long time ago. And by a long time ago, I mean a long time ago for me. This happened May 31st of 2011. I was 14. Wow, that's weird considering I'm turning 21 in a couple of days. Oh, it's Thursday, and it's Friday, and I turn 21 tomorrow. Oh, okay. Yeah, and this happened when I was 14. This also happened in the morning. It was the last day of 8th grade. It was the last day of school attendance. Or of student attendance, which is basically you just go to the school, you pick up your report card, and you leave. For some odd reason, I got stuck on the notion that I had to get there before 9. I don't know why I thought this. That's why I thought this. So this sets up why I was in a rush. Oh God, because I thought I had to be there by 9, and so I got on my bike and I drove down the road. I turned right, you know, off my street, and I went all the way down this long ass road because it's basically a right. You go straight for a really long time. You turn left eventually. Okay, so along the way, I go past the train tracks, I go past the stop sign, and I get to the stoplight. Although just before the stop light, well, yeah, it goes up this. But yeah, just before the stoplight. What the hell is this? Oh, this guy's like decimated. Get off me. Specifically, bro. There we go. But yeah. So, can I even stun it? Oh, I can't. Yeah, I don't want him to run, per se. Not exactly, so we're gonna run. But yeah, right before the stoplight, my foot slipped off the pedal because, you know, I was in a rush, as I just mentioned before. And so, my foot slipped off the pedal, I lost control of the bike, and when I looked behind me, I saw that a car had just barely missed. It just barely missed. I was a second away from being nailed by a car that was on the bike. And what did me is, I don't know what would have been better. Would me being hit by the car would have been better? Why are you facing the wrong way, dum-dum? Oh, you're a moron. If I ever saw one. Also, why are you trying to get in front of him, you dum-dum? Stay behind him. But yeah, so I don't know what's been better, getting hit by that car or what happened to me. So, finally, but yeah, so when I look forward again, the very first thing I saw was I saw a semi. So the semi had the regular head of the semi that you always see. It was red. Of course it was my favorite color. And it wasn't. I also didn't have like the normal trailer you would usually see on a semi. But it was carrying a caterpillar track. So annoying. I don't want to switch. You wanted to, but I don't know how well that's gonna work out. Then probably cancel it. But yeah, so I saw the hit of the semi that was carrying a caterpillar track. But the thing is, I don't necessarily think that really matters because I didn't hit the caterpillar tractor on the trailer. I hit the head of the semi. My T-bone was basically, it was moving despite the fact that all the kids into high school, like, it didn't matter what grade we were in. There was like, didn't you really stop tomorrow? No. I did not hit. What the hell? Bruh, back up. So, yeah, but they always kept trying to say that I hit a stop. So I'm like, no. Where did you get that note? I didn't hit a stop semi, I hit a stoplight. I keep on moving the semi. My bike got. If I hit a stop semi, my bike tire would not have gotten stuck under its tire. Therefore, propelling me up into it, forcing me to push off of it to hit the ground. Oh, I got not cool, man. But yeah. I don't know how this is gonna go. But, yeah, so you think I got hurt, right? Yes, in the moment, I didn't think so. I was wearing jeans. And 90% of my injuries. I don't care. So yeah, I couldn't tell because all of my injuries were basically under my jeans, or on my legs, which recovered by my jeans. So what happened? I already told you what happened. My bike tire, as I keep on it, my tire got stuck underneath its tire, propelled me into the side of the semi, forcing me to push off of it. And I immediately stood up. By the way, I did not stay on the ground. I did not want to be on that ground. You know? I'm good. You can keep that powerful tag all the way over there with you if you want. But I'm good. So yeah. Not my greatest day. Not my brightest moment ahead, even though it was a freak accident. But I got up immediately afterwards. I wasn't on the ground for probably more than a second, and I didn't know what to do. I'd never been in this situation before. I'd never been that close. I've never been in something as dangerous as a scenario as that, so to speak. Girl? No. I'm sorry. How did I get... No. Get off your skill tree. And that. So... Yeah, I didn't know confused, so the very first thing I tried to do was I tried pulling my bike out of my tire, which in hindsight was really stupid. And after a minute or three of doing that, probably 3 minutes, I probably spent a long time doing it. I finally moved it and I sat in the yard at the house in front of the semi where the accident took place. Like past, kind of. Yeah, the head of the semi passed, but the Caterpillar tractor was being blocking the other cars. Stopped at the light. And I pretty much stopped slow traffic, obviously. Not every day you see a 14-year-old on a bike, T-bone a semi, and get hurt badly. Well, get hurt in general. Ouch. Stop it. So, yeah, and there was a cop, an undercover cop car down the road who got stopped by who's hitting the semi and all that good stuff. He came down, you know, he got the situation under control, got called an ambulance. I don't think it was until the other police officers came that the semi-driver got out of the vehicle. I don't think I met him in person. I saw him, don't get me wrong, but he never exposed, he never talked, he never approached me, I never approached him. It was a very mutual stay away from each other kind of thing, I guess you could say. So yeah, it was all of that, and then, oh damn, 2 died. Crap. No! Why'd you have to die? But yeah.
Us?
And the funny thing is that my adrenaline, my initial rush of adrenaline didn't wear off until I'm pretty sure the paramedic came up to me and was like, follow my finger. And it was at that moment the initial adrenaline wore off and my vision went blurry. I was still able to follow his finger. And the only other thing of note to know at the scene itself was that as soon as I just found this funny, I stood up and as 4 people were walking away, and all 4 of those people turned around and with outreached arms ready to catch me if I fell because I was stood up. That's literally all they did. I just stood up. I didn't walk. I just stood up. And they all turned around with their arms outreached, ready to catch me as if I was about to fall. But the funny thing about that is that there was nobody there. There was nobody within reach to catch me if I did fall. Especially if I fell backwards. If I fell backwards, yeah, none of them had a chance. They might have had a sliver of a chance if I fell forward, but I didn't fall at all. I felt fine. Actually, I felt very fine. I didn't feel like I was injured. I didn't feel pain. I didn't feel anything really. Straight, I can go the hell away. So what happened after that is that they put me on a stretcher and then put me in the ambulance. And the reason they did that, even though I could walk, I felt physically fine. I didn't feel hurt at all. I didn't feel anything. It was they did it because I was underage. I was 14, and so I guess because I was underage and I was in an accident of that significance, of that oddity. They had to put me in they had to put me on a stretcher in an ambulance, or on the ambulance, lifted to the ER because of my age, because I was underage. Granted, I've been in accidents before. Like, my mom was T-boned by a guy that was freaky. And I didn't have to get carried on a stretcher then, and I was 12. But that's probably because I didn't T-bone a semi. So yeah, in the hospital they had me do jumping jacks. They had me, you know, to see my mobility and all that. And I remember my mom telling me the moment she found out was that they called her and they told her, your son was hit by a truck. Oh, but he's okay. And oh my gosh, did that piss her off? Oh, that put her in a foul mood. I think they were trying to kill me. Because she wanted to kill me as soon as she saw me in the hospital laying on the bed with my arms behind my my back. Go to Agile Shop with Leafa? I don't want to do that. Invite Sin on to train with you. She is in her room during the day. To visit Liz at her smithy once more alone. Go to the Chasm of Malevolence, 2nd floor in the Labyrinth on the 70th, but what? Assault the Labyrinth with Oxina to ease her anxiety. I was gonna do that, dude. Okay, I'm not doing all that other stuff. I mean, I'll go to the Liz Smithy and I'll go to Yuri, but I don't know if I'll do anything with Sin and Sophie or Leafa. But yeah, so all of that happened. and so because my mom got the news that way, she felt like everybody, she was so pissed that she felt the need to give my sister the news in that same fashion. So she told her that I was hit by a truck and then told her I was okay. And I'm pretty sure my sister said or told me that she started crying because of that news. I mean, I was perfectly fine. It wasn't until the next day that I started feeling the after effects. No, but see, the accident itself isn't the real kicker here. This isn't the accident itself isn't what makes me mad about this whole situation, this scenario. I mean, what happened afterwards is that a cop did come to my house in like the most stereotypical looking thing. He had the short shorts on, the sunglasses, that mustache. It was a funny sight. His news wasn't as funny. He gave me a ticket for running a red light on a bike, $120 ticket and with the court cost fees, that brought the total up to 277, 78, somewhere it was 270 something. And so I paid the ticket, which is $120, and then my parents paid the court cost fees, which was probably more than the ticket itself, which is pretty bastardizing, if I do say so myself. And what's funny is that when you think about it, most people get warnings when they get their first ticket. And most of the times, that's just a speeding ticket. Like, they're like, okay, yeah, we get it. First time, speeding ticket. You know, we're gonna let you off with a warning, but the next time, we're gonna give you a ticket. I didn't get that treatment, even though everything about my scenario, about this event, was just a fluke accident. My foot slipped off the pedal. I had no control of that. I didn't have control of the timing of the placement. My foot slipped off the pedal when I was near the end of the sidewalk, and by the time I regained control of my bike, I looked behind and saw I just barely missed a car, looked forward, thought, oh shit, and then hit a semi because I was frozen in fear. I didn't control any of that. I didn't mean to run the stoplight on purpose. I didn't mean to run the stoplight. It wasn't on purpose. Yet, even though they knew it was an accident, it was a fluke accident, it was pure bad luck, they still decided to give me the ticket. They didn't give a 14-year-old boy who just had a traumatizing event, traumatizing accident, a warning and be like, okay, I hope you get better. No, they gave me the ticket. The cop gave my mom some ointment advice because he didn't want to see my leg get cut off due to a poorly treated scab wound or road rash wound, because I guess at one point in time he had seen some story where somebody had to get their leg amputated because their wound wasn't taken care of in the right way. And he didn't want that for me, so he gave my mom advice she already knew because I'm her son. Basically, bikes in the 2nd grade. But yeah, she had plenty of practice with road rashes. Let's just say that. Yeah. And to make things worse, not the newspaper, the police carrier in my town. They put my name in well, they can put my age in the paper, but they can't put my name with it without permission. Which they did not have permission. They didn't have permission from my parents to put my name in the paper. What's even worse, I think I still have the newspaper clipping somewhere in my room. In my, I don't know, memory box, I guess you could call it. But they didn't... They just said, Philip Nagel, 14, traffic report, ran a red light. I don't even think they put the bike. I don't even think they added that I did this on a bike and T-boned a semi and got injured. Like, they just mentioned the legalities of it. That I ran a red light. My name, age, ran a red light, and that just leaves people to assume it was on a car. In a car. No, I did it on a bike and a T-boned a semi. Yeah, I paid pretty heavily for this. I paid physically. And I was telling you my injuries. I had a giant road rash that covered my entire right knee. I had one on my left knee that just covered my kneecap. I had a road rash line going up my calf. I had another one coming up my ankle, the front of my ankle, which is the weirdest one. I still don't understand how that one happened. And I had a couple of scrapes on my hands and elbows, I'm pretty sure. And I was incapacitated pretty much for the whole month of June. I could not walk on my own volition. Of my own volition. I couldn't. I had to hobble everywhere, and my mom had to help me to my bed and to the back room, which is where the TV and the PlayStation, not the PlayStation, and my 360 were at that point in time. You know, and I remember playing Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is what really got me through that incapacitation. And then there was the girl who I was dating at the time, which helped somewhat, but in the grand scheme of things, that whole relationship wasn't that great, and I'll get to that in a rant about my love life. Oh, yay. But, so yeah, I got hurt physically, as you can see. Financially, you know, the ticket I had to pay. It even hurt my parents financially, because there was the ticket and the hospital and the ambulance bill. Oh my god, they charged us $500 for that ambulance ride that I didn't even need, but was required by law. Yeah, that's smart. So it's required by law, yet we still have to pay for it? Man, I would have rather just walked to the hospital. It wasn't that far away. I could have got there in 5 minutes, man. I could have ran there, dude. I didn't feel the pain. My road rashes hadn't scabbed over yet. I couldn't feel it. I had the adrenaline. I could have done it. And mentally, you know, the whole... I became infamous that whole entire summer because of the newspaper and the fact that just word gets around in my town. You know? How small towns are, or even medium towns, word just gets around very easily. So... I was infamous. I was always... The hell? The hell is that? I don't. Wow. But yeah, it's just crazy. And I wasn't in the best of mindset during that time at all. I was really depressed in 8th grade and going into freshman year. And that certainly didn't help things for me. It kind of made things worse. It was just a really bad time for me. And honestly, the only bright spots were the times with the girl I was with. And, playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Because I had to go to court at the end of June, you know, to pay the ticket and all that. The judge's faces. He was just like, you ran a red light on a bike? He had the most confused look on his face. It was great. I loved it. Okay, not really, but it made me laugh. It made the day a little more bearable. Yeah, it was just... Yui got herself some followers. She got herself some peeps. Oh, that's great. But yeah, I was in a dark time around that time. That was the time when I was the most depressed and the most weak. Asuna, what you doing, girl? Seriously, girl, walk in, not out. But yeah, not a great time for me. At all. Honestly, some days I look back and I don't even know how I made it through it. Because just because I was just because of the state I was in. I honestly don't. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got through it. I'm glad I have the friends I do. That helped me get through situations like that. And that's the story of how I T-boned a semi on a bike because of an accident. Got a ticket for it, even though it was my first time. My first infraction. My first run-in with the law. Still got the ticket when most people probably wouldn't have. Probably would have just gotten a warning or something. Became infamous around my town. People started recognizing me as the dumbass kid who T-boned the semi. Yeah, because I totally did it on purpose, didn't I, guys? I probably scarred that semi driver for life. And, so there's that. I hope you'll have a great day. Remember, only you can be the best you can possibly be. If you like the video, give it a like, comment, feel like you're super special, awesome, subscribe if you haven't. That'd really help me out. And ta-ta. For now.